Have to record. Okay, so ethics case study. I had to read this like 5 times to like get a whole grasp on it, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like they had a treatment team meeting, and the team decided before they met with the patient and his wife that he wasn't making any progress, and the best thing would be to move him into a nursing home. And then like she met with a client, and they kind of said what they wanted to kind of happen in their lives, and she's like, sweet, we'll get you integrated back in. It doesn't, I mean, this part's not in quotations, so I'm not really sure, but it sounds like she's supposed to be talking to them. But anyway, she's like, yeah, we'll get you integrated back in, get you doing all the activities that you would do before, just with adaptations. So I think the behavior is that she was telling them that yes, we can accomplish all these things after the facility and the treatment team has already decided, like, no, he's not making progress. This is the next direction that we're going to go with. And the professional relevance, I think, is like in the beginning it says, I always use the beginning phrase, but it says, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Do what you're going to say that you're going to do. And so, like, don't make all these promises to your clients that you're not sure that you can facilitate or like make happen, you know. So since she already knew that like they were going to be moving into a nursing home, she shouldn't have said any of that stuff anyways. And then even if she did know, like our plan will be to set goals to hopefully reach this final goal, but we'll have to see what progress we make along the way or whatever. And so that would be the professional relevance is, are we providing our customers with the service that we say that we're going to?
So I'm not sure exactly what it's asking for to differentiate between personal and professional values. Um, what do you guys?
So I would think like a personal value, like someone might believe, oh, a little white lie to help encourage someone might be okay. So that might be a personal value that might come with I don't necessarily believe that, but you know, there might be people out there that might question that. Well, do I want to get their hopes like up about this, or do I want to, will this instill hope in them type of a thing if I just kind of stretch the truth a little?
It could also be like them not fully like understanding like their role in their life, like thinking like, oh, they want the best for them, but understanding that they're more there to like help in a medical sense, not in like what you're able to like see. I don't know. It's not like getting their hopes up basically, and just like making sure that you're focusing on your job at like that point and not like fulfilling their fairy tale. Like if you know that it's not going to happen, although it kind of sounded like she like said all these things and then the treatment team was like, nope, just kidding. That's not going to happen. So
right. It sounds like there was a communication error.
Yeah.
Or like the communication wasn't happening, between the team.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that too. That's why I read it like a ton of times though. And then at the very end it says, before she talked with the clients, they had discussed your nursing home.
Yeah, so I think the ethical issue is they had a meeting, they decided that this was going to happen, that the client was going to be put into the nursing home or whatever, and then she went and met with the client and they expressed their desires and she said, yeah, we can do that, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that what their plan was kind of contradictory to what she just said.
Well, and like someone had mentioned earlier, like now that she has said like she's gonna, getting the client's hopes up, now she's going to have to backtrack, be like, actually, I told you wrong. So I guess depending on where she goes with like that, like, does she take responsibility and say that she was wrong, or does she blame it on the treatment team?
Well, yeah, she has
I
like a lot of options to what she does, because she could go back to the treatment team and be like, hey, we need to take into consideration the client's wants. They don't want to go to hospice. Maybe we need to look at like in-care nursing or something like that. So it's making sure that she's like covering all her options, not just being like, well, the treatment team says this, so you don't matter. Like, when the whole point of us is to like help out the clients, right? But
yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, she's like not going about it the right way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's in a sticky situation. I don't know. I think it's important just to own the mistake and move forward and learn and don't do it again.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you want to say about personal or professional values, L'Oreal?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So legal duties, when there's like that kind of communication error, you know, and someone gets really set on maybe a promise that was made, you know, they can come back and be like, this isn't what you told me that was going to happen. My goals aren't matching up with what you told me we were going to work on. And me moving back into this place isn't, you know, what we wanted to do. But at the same time, I think she made a mistake saying that to them. With that set aside, I think Rachel was right. We need to take into consideration what they want. You know, are there other options for them to not have to go to the nursing home? Because legally, you know, they have that right to choose where they go, and if they have other options, to explore their options. And that makes sense. I'm not sure, like...
Can you sue somebody for, like, them not, like, telling you the right thing? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm not sure about. Like, I mean...
Could you sue someone and be like, you promised me this, but I didn't get it, so I'm going to sue you?
Yeah, but they wouldn't have, like, any proof that they said that, unless it was, like, maybe on security camera. I don't know. I mean, you'd have to have some kind of... And that's the thing about, like, throwing a promise around. It's not on paper. It's not whatever, and that can be harmful to both sides. Okay, so Rachel, we gave you assess ethical obligations.
Okay, cool. So, ethically, I think she has a right to, like, the patient's needs and wants, to, like, provide services that take care of those needs. And so, she's gone through, like, the right process of getting them, like, into different things, and I think that's, like, it doesn't look like she's, like, set up the wrong way. She's using the treatment plan. They're coming up with individualized plans, but I think that, like, ethically, they need to make it more about the client, because they are saying they're doing individualized treatment plans, but it's not, like, what the client wants. Like, I feel like the client here could walk away and, like, go get a second opinion or something, and they could find someone who's, like, willing to listen to them. And so I don't know if that's how, like, you'd want to portray your business, but, like, I don't know. I guess, like, ethically, she also, like, is telling them, like, a lie, but I don't know what, like, the consequences of that would be in a business sense, like, her making them that promise, and then it's not like she wrote a written document saying that they get better or anything like that. She's just, like, yeah, we could work out you going into the community, learning how to use adaptive equipment. Like, she could say, well, eventually we're going to get you there. So she's, like, the first step could be hospice or something like that. So you never know what it is, and like you could twist it so that it could be ethical still. It's like this far off goal that someday you're going to get there, but right now, no. Like, that's what they could tell them later on. I don't know. It's like not good, but it's not like bad. I don't know. I don't know if there's like specific consequences to those. I think that'd be a lot of like policies and procedures of the company that she's working for, seeing like how ethically she is like deceiving, if that's ethically like wrong to like the company or whatever. I don't know, because the company probably would just say it's her fault for like messing up. They wouldn't want to take blame on that. So I don't know. But yeah. So what do you think?
So
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm reading the end of this thing, and it really, talks about why they
chose that.
Yeah, and I think, they can still have goals to get him back in the community, but she really needs to emphasize that it's not going to be an immediate thing, that, they're not going to send them out like next week. I think when she said, yeah, we're going to work towards that, she needed to also include, these are the things that we need to work on. We need to work on your ADLs. We need to work on all this stuff to get you out there, and that's what our goal is, to help improve these things.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I think like for actions that she could do, it could be either like letting like the client know that this isn't something that's going to happen immediately, that they will need to go into like a nursing home to help them get like integrated back maybe into their home. I don't know if the nursing home is like a dead end or if it's like a stepping stone.
Yeah, I don't know, because it also says his wife has multiple sclerosis.
Mm-hmm.
So I think something that she really needs to do is, and this might go under the ethics part, is you need to develop a trusting relationship with your clients. And you can't do that with, just flowering them with hope. Like, I think she needs to sit down and talk to him about, this is the reality. These are the things that are kind of detrimental for you to be at home, and your wife is, ill as well, and, we would love that to be the end goal, but realistically, we need to focus on the here and the now, and we got a lot to work on before we can get there.
Yeah, because like this is, I like what you said, how you kind of spelled it out for him, like this is what we're seeing. We're not seeing progress with like communication or being able to do activities on your own, and we really need to be able to see some improvement in these areas for us to be able to continue treatment, because at the point that you're at right now with I guess not making progress or anything, like our options right now are this is what we think would be the best path for you. Like, do you agree, disagree? Like, what would you like to happen, and kind of get their feedback on it, since it is essentially their choice. So
yeah, I agree with that.
I think also letting the client know that he can still go participate in the activities that he wants to. Like, that's still an option. It's just the going home part rather than had anticipated, which we kind of talked about. So
yeah, no, that's a really, really good point.
Yeah, just like really communicating to the client what's going on, why like these choices were made, and then like if the client doesn't like those choices, going back and like figuring out, okay, well, what could we do to like help them out? For some of it, like maybe they could spend the weekends at home and have like an in-home nurse, and then be at the hospital for the rest of the time, or like finding different ways of like allowing them to still get that time that they want without like damaging their like plan or anything like that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's good. Okay, so just to kind of recap, the action we think she should take is talk with the client and share the situation, and maybe involve some of those activities that he wants to do, but also let him know that it's going to take time, and just have some strong goals to get there, and just let him know the whole, all the variables, and not be, what's the word that I'm thinking of? I don't know. It just went away in my brain. Anyways, I don't know. Just not try to stretch the truth, not, I can't remember the word. There was a really good word in my head. I can't remember what it was. Anyways, you guys wanted me. Anything else, or was that it?
That's pretty much all I had.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so, hey, I just got a text from Brother Benson.
He finally responded.
To my text. I don't know if he responded to my email yet. Well, we're here anyway, so let's get this in. Okay, so now we're going to do a role play.
Are we supposed to do it in a separate video?
I don't know. Are we?
I thought we were.
Okay.
It's a female client has been snapping at other. Oops. Yeah, a female client has been snapping at other clients. You have also noticed that her bosses around. Notice that she bosses around many other clients. In addition, recently the client has been several behaviors in your group that have been inappropriate. The client is getting increasingly verbally aggressive towards you and the other recreation therapists. That one? That's what we're supposed to role play, right?
Yeah.
I think
To your
so.
answer about a separate video, it doesn't say anything.
Yeah, I was just reading it. I don't see anything.
Okay.
Do
To
we
continue
talk about that one, or?
Yeah, so we're going to role play this. So to continue it, it says you are concerned because this behavior is distracting from the outcomes of the group, and other clients are getting distracted, and their progress is slowing because of the negative interactions occurring with this particular client. So we're supposed to role play how to communicate with this client regarding the situations with your group members. As you do so, model the following. We have to use 3 different forms of verbal communications, 3 different forms of nonverbal communications, and utilize a dialogue skill during the process.
Okay.
And do
Kinda-
we have to go through it, or can we just like do it once as a group? And
I was just gonna say, can we just do it once as a group?
I think so.
okay,
I think
that will
this
take
will be
so
just
long.
fine. So should we have one person play the client, and then the rest of us will kind of input how we would interact with them? So maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
So so I can think of like
I like that.
different nonverbal communications, but what different forms of verbal communication? I mean, talking is talking, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess in the wait. Let me
Well, one's like tone, volume, and like what else is there? Tone, volume, and then like the words you actually pick.
Yeah, it wasn't one. Yeah, I think that's right.
Something like that. So like it depends, like, are you gonna yell back at them? Are you gonna like
Be
be like
calm.
calm, or are you gonna be like sassy to like what they're saying? Like you don't care about what they're saying. So it's like your attitude in your voice. So that's your tone, and then like, yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
so
And the nonverbal communication would be like folding your arms,
and then like nodding your
sitting
head,
down, but yeah.
Raising
like
your
hand
eyebrows.
gestures, like not pointing your finger at them. How dare you?
Okay, what's the dialogue skill?
So that's like when you repeat what they're saying. So like, I see you're very frustrated about being taken off
Okay,
the
so like the
or, like you're repeating
pro
what, yeah,
or the
yeah.
accent. Okay, those things in the reading. Okay.
That's what the
All
therapist
right.
did in the video that we watched.
Yeah. Who wants to be the client?
I'll do
I
it.
can.
Greenwood always told me I was.
Oh, go ahead, Julia.
What did you say, Julia?
Sister Greenwood always told me I was sassy. Actually, she told me I could play sassy very well. So I guess that's a little different. No
That's
self-fulfilling prophecies here.
All right. So, I don't know how to start this.
So be frustrated. Well, how about we have two clients and then you guys like are intervening as therapists, right? Because she's like making like the other people mad, right?
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay, so
She's like
have
not talking back to the therapist as much as she's like talking back to like other clients and being rude to other clients and making like the other clients feel.
yeah,
So
cool.
okay, I'll be the other client that she's being mean to.
Okay, I'll just be mean, I guess.
I can be a really upset play. I can play the
The victim.
Okay.
Seriously, Stephanie, you're crying again? You didn't even do anything during the activity. Stop crying. You're not going to
How
get
would
anywhere
you
by
know?
crying.
You're just being mean.
I'm not being mean. I'm being real. Like, you can't just cry your way through life. You've got to make changes. You can't just
Rachel,
shut down and not do anything.
Julia's talking to me
Oh
again.
my gosh.
She's not being very nice.
Teacher.
okay, Julia, how about we step aside?
Okay, whatever you want.
It's really hard to be serious. I'm so sorry. Okay. So I see you're getting frustrated with what Stephanie is doing. How
Yeah.
is that making you, like, why are you feeling that way?
Well, I'm just trying to look out for her. Like, she's not making progress on her own, and isn't that what we're here for? We're here to make progress, so she needs to just be stronger and make changes.
Do you think that everyone needs to be stronger, or that
Well,
you
we're in
need
here
to be
for a reason,
stronger?
aren't we?
What reason do you think you're in here for?
I don't know, like, I guess I could learn some things or two.
Things, like, very descriptive. What do you mean by things?
Well, apparently I have struggles coping with my emotions. And I've heard that I'm aggressive, but I don't really see that.
Okay. L'Oreal, what do you think?
I want to talk to Stephanie for a second.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
So, Stephanie, you seem to be really upset. What's going on?
Well, she always says mean things to me and kind of yells at me all the time. I don't like to be yelled at. Do you like to be yelled at? I don't like to be yelled at.
No, I don't. Why do you think she was yelling at you?
Because she's an angry, bitter girl.
Sorry, say that again.
Because she's an angry, bitter girl.
Didn't have to say it again.
I didn't hear it, so I didn't.
Is that a dialogue skill, Laura?
My headphone like literally cut out as you said that, so I was like, wait, what? That was not a communication skill.
Sorry. Okay, serious.
Well, you're clearly upset, Stephanie, about being yelled at. Oh, let's see. And it's valid to feel that way. Like, when people get yelled at, it's not unnatural to be upset or sad. So just want you to know it's okay, but we can move forward. And yeah, I don't know.
Head nod.
Head nod, got it.
Cool. Okay, do you think we used 3 forms of verbal communication?
There was definitely some clarifying going on, some repeating back. I liked Rachel's question to me, like, well, what do you feel like you're in here for? Kind of focusing it back on me, since I was like, well, she, and you guys aren't doing your job, and blah, 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 blah. So that was really good that she kind of put it back on me and, like, was focusing on my goals and the goals that I needed to work on, so.
What else do we do verbally? I think we were like,
Spices
nice.
for the role play?
What?
Do you think that suffices for the role play?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
hopefully.
All right, we're gonna move on. To
I deserve an Oscar or something.
You did awesome.
You did. So we had to do this for this class, and then 473 had like a role play as well for communication, and I suck at this, guys. Acting was not my calling.
I mean, your tears were convincing.
Oh, I'm sure. As I'm like laughing through the tears.
Oh, I thought that was like the breathing thing when you get really upset. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's the old
Hyperventilating.
You guys watched the video, right?
what?
Okay, yeah, you guys watched the video?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're supposed to identify different forms of verbal and nonverbal communication. What did the therapist do well, and what did they do poorly? And for the items they did poorly, what could they do better? So basically, let's just discuss how this all went. There was some yelling by the coach. That's verbal.
Yeah, the coach was like aggressive in his stance and stuff like that. Like non-verbally, he was like cut off. So like
Yeah, he was folding his arms.
like standing down on him, like not getting to his level, all those kind of things. Like put him, or all like verbal, back away from me, kind of things.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other players were kind of that way too. Like verbally, I can't remember if they did anything verbally, but like non-verbally, they seemed a little bit more aggressive. Maybe that's just because I know one of the guys, and he's just.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that part matched his personality so well.
Do you guys know
This
Nick?
guy.
Yeah. I was laughing
He was
so
my
hard.
473 group.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was like, oh Nick. You could send
Okay,
anybody to a therapist.
Yeah.
Okay.
What other nonverbal? I think the therapist did a good job with like, she kept her body open when she was sitting there talking to him. So she wasn't like closing herself off. She was like making good eye contact and like showing.
And they were both sitting.
Yeah. So she was like at his level and stuff like
At
that.
his level.
I think that she also used silence really well. It talked about that in the reading and then the podcast a lot. But she like repeated the question back to him and then just let it be quiet for a second. And he's like, yeah, I guess that is how I feel. And she was like, well, do you think it's more that you feel, I don't remember what she said, frustrated with yourself or something like that? And then it was quiet for a while.
I think she used silence well, but I feel like she could have, I don't know, probed a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she asked
question was
kind of like
great.
one question, and then that was it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like, oh, I have my life figured out now. Sweet. And then he leaves.
Well, yeah, her question wasn't good because it didn't allow him to, like, build on it. It was just like a yes or no, like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Like, that was
open-ended at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think her use of silence would have been more effective if her question
Was more
could have been more effective.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I feel like, you know, it was more of a timeout. Think about what you did.
Then, like,
And-
helping.
And any parent can send their kid to timeout. I mean, a therapist needs to expand more on it. So what could she, maybe what kind of questions could she have asked? I think she could have, like, tried to get him to think about, why do you think the team's maybe out to get you? Are there things that you're doing, like saying to them, they're saying to you? How long have you been participating with them? How long have you been feeling like this? You know, really trying to get to the root of.
I think she should have asked more about his, like, personal feelings, because you don't really know what he's feeling, because she's, like, coming up with the answers for him, and then, like, he's just saying, yeah. So, like, I think it's easy for him to be like, okay, so you think that's what I'm feeling, so that's what I should be feeling. You don't, like, find out, like, so why are you in here? Like, how are you feeling? What are the, like, the emotions that are, like, going on with you right now? Like, so you, like, learn more and, like, are able to, like, build upon that so that you can, like, get deeper instead of just, like, hanging out on the surface.
Yeah. And then like making herself more personable too. They talked about using like stories from your personal life, like not too personal and not too many stories, but like maybe relating in some way to him so that he felt more open to discussing that stuff. Like, oh, we all get frustrated at some point. Tell me what you're frustrated with at this point, you know, something like that.
And I think it would have been effective also, because the book talks about compassionate listening and speaking. I think it would have been really effective if she had invited him to tell his story before she went and started telling him
What he was
how he should be feeling or anything like that, you know.
Okay, so now we're supposed to role play how we think it should have gone. So
the
someone has to play
The client therapist section, right?
yeah, the client and the therapist.
Oh.
So we just, I think, need two people. I'll be the therapist.
I can be the
Yes,
guy.
I can be the guy.
I can be the guy.
Wants to be the dude.
Rachel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you come into my office, and we're sitting down. Does anybody know his name?
Let's name him Michael. I don't remember his name.
Sounds good.
Okay. Hey, Michael. How are you doing today?
Okay.
It's okay?
Yep.
Well, I heard you kind of had some trouble out on the court today. So you want to tell me about that?
Some guy just kept pushing me around, got on my nerves, so I just got him back.
Okay. Does this happen a lot? This guy irritating you?
Yeah.
So what do you mean by got on your nerves? What does he do that gets on your nerves?
He plays dirty, and it just bugs me how I'm, like, trying to play, and then he'll take the ball away from me, or he'll, like, hit me. He just gets just gets in the way and tries and like ruins my game.
Okay, have you said anything to this guy, or do you keep it to yourself?
I just keep
Except for this
it
one time. Okay, until today, and then you kind of
Yeah.
responded. Okay. So do you think that helped today? Like, how do you feel after doing that?
I don't think it solved anything.
Yeah. What do you think we could do to remedy this situation?
I don't know.
Do you think we should just leave it alone and ignore it? Should we talk to him? Should we talk to the coach? Do you think?
I don't want to talk to the coach. She's on his side.
Okay. Why do you say that? What do you mean by on his side?
He doesn't call any of his stuff when he hits me or when he takes the ball. He just lets him play, and he can play dirty and I can't, and I get in trouble for it.
Okay. So what do you want to do now? What do
I just want to play ball.
you want to keep playing basketball?
Yeah.
But if we don't decide on somehow to fix the situation, he's just going to keep doing it. Is that what? Are you fine playing with him if he keeps playing that way?
No.
Okay. So I'm really bad at this. What do you think we could do?
I think I should probably talk to him about it, huh?
Probably that might be a good move. Do you think? How do you think he views you? Are you aggressive back?
Today, yeah.
But usually you're not. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you?
He just got me so mad.
You sure look mad, Michael. Sorry. He made you mad.
Yeah.
You had no choice but to be mad.
Guess I could have just taken it. I was just tired of it. I couldn't do it anymore.
And you think that was the best way to respond to him?
No.
What do you think you could have done? I mean, so in the past you haven't done anything, and that kind of built up, and then you blew up. Do you think that there's a different option we could do from maybe the next time it happens?
Probably.
What do you think it is?
I could let him know how I'm feeling. And then I guess if he's not listening, I can talk to someone else about it. Maybe the coach just isn't seeing, like, him fouling me and stuff like that.
Okay. How about we try that next time, and if it doesn't work, we'll sign board. How does that sound?
Okay.
Okay. I know you love basketball, and I really want you to enjoy this team. So if it's not working out, we want to figure out a way to change things, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're most welcome, Michael.
I had to turn off my mic because I was laughing the whole time.
I couldn't look at you.
I know you kept looking down and I was like, okay.
You were like, oh, it just made me so mad this time. I was like, I'm really glad it's muted.
I could be a boy. It could happen.
Okay. I
Well-
think I utilized 3 different things with each of those.
Yeah.
I think you did too.
And
Yeah.
you did
You
restate.
can't get eye contact because, like, every time I'd look up, you'd be looking at me, although it's kind of hard since it's on a computer, but I thought that was good. And then, like, your questions were good because even though you, like, gave me a question that was, like, maybe a yes or no one, it was, like, followed up with a not yes or no question, if that makes sense. Like, you found an answer and then you, like, asked a question on that answer. So that was good.
I thought you
And then,
used
like-
repetition way good because I like the example that Sister Greenwood gave. Like, repetition is not just repeating to repeat what they say so it sounds like you're listening, but like repeating it so sometimes they can hear how ridiculous it sounds. So when you were like, oh, he just made me so mad. And she was like, he made you mad. Like, you had no choice but to be mad. And then you were like, oh, well, I guess I did.
Part of me wishes I took it in a different direction because I focused more on changing the response, whereas the video kind of focused on, his feelings and that he was projecting his anger out on this situation. But I didn't know how to turn the conversation to that direction, so I just went with what I had.
I think that's just where experience comes in because you have to like be asking all those kind of questions and like hearing other people ask questions. Because like I don't know, I've noticed like the more questions you hear in like specific situations, you're like, oh, I can use that question now. So like,
I could word it that way. That's so
yeah.
good. And I think it's hard to
Okay.
you.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, role plays are the worst.
Yeah. Because it never like goes like that in real life. And like sometimes in real life it's easier to think of what to say next because the conversation is just like natural. You're not like, okay, what would I say if I really was a boy basketball player in a wheelchair?
Like that's exactly how I feel because I feel like, when someone's in front of me and they're upset, in my heart I feel a lot more empathetic.
Yeah.
And, I feel like, okay, I understand where I feel like I can say, I don't know, I feel the seriousness of the situation.
Yeah.
But role plays aren't serious.
It's a lot easier to respond to actual emotions too.
Yeah.
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 And like our body language, like I'm laying on my bed, like hunched over with my face down half the time. Like we're all just sitting at our computers. How much body language can we really?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that concludes our role-playing discussion.
We did it, guys.
Done. Thanks for nothing, Brother Benson. Just kidding.
You're gonna see this.